We are joined this week by a man that you could argue had the best last 12 months in the entire WWE universe. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles. AJ, a year ago at this time, you were just starting your run in the WWE. You were getting ready for your debut in the Royal Rumble match. How has the last 12 months been for you?
Well, let's talk about the last 12 months. I'd say for 8 of them, I was getting my feet wet. Had, a couple championship matches with Roman Reigns. But after the draft, well, I became the WWE champion. So, yeah, it's been a good year.
Now, you came into the WWE, though, with a lot of experience, and you were the new talent, but yet you weren't a new talent. What was the biggest challenge for you to adjusting to that situation?
Well, I mean, listen, I know I'm the new guy coming in, so there's going to be some guys who are not familiar with AJ Styles, what he does, who he is.
Can it be? It is! The phenomenal one is here! AJ Styles! Oh, my gosh!
But I think by now they've got a pretty good grasp of what I can do in the ring, and I'd say the biggest challenge for me were the ropes actually being real ropes in that ring. I've never experienced that before. Everywhere I've been, they've been cables. So I would say that was the biggest challenge for me, but overall, it's been amazing.
Well, we expect a lot at the Royal Rumble in a couple of weeks, over 60,000 strong at the Alamo Dome. Now, at the Royal Rumble, you're going to face John Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Back at SummerSlam, you had a match maybe of the year. What's the biggest challenge facing the same guy and exceeding those expectations?
Well, listen, John's one of the biggest superstars in WWE. There's no doubt about that. Getting in the ring with a guy of that size, of that caliber of strength, some people would say that's it's an impossible feat. But I've showed you that not only can I beat John Cena, but I can beat John Cena clean in the middle of the ring. So I would say at the Royal Rumble, why not do it again? I've done it 3 times before. Why not 4?
So some could say that you beat the face that runs the place. You're the champ that runs the camp. What about for me if I'm the vet that runs the set? No?
Everyone has their place, and I like that, Coach. I like that.
Looking past the Rumble, we know what's a couple of months from now, and that's WrestleMania. You have said on several occasions your dream opponent is one Shawn Michaels, a Heartbreak Kid. He was a part of the WWE Universe this week on Raw. Why would he be your dream opponent?
Well, I think Shawn Michaels and I are very, alike when it comes to the ring. We're very similar in everything that we do, and we get after it, bottom line. 2 guys get in the ring and getting after it. I think Shawn Michaels and I could really tear the house down, but I understand, he's retired. He wants to be retired. That's his thing. He doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to go back against his word. But at the end of the day, I mean, truly, Shawn Michaels don't want none.
You had nearly 2 decades of experience before you got to WrestleMania last year. We talked to you a little bit after that time, and you talked about the experience of performing in front of over 100,000 strong, incredible match with Chris Jericho. How do you exceed those expectations and make this year in Orlando better than in Arlington, Texas?
Well, that's hard to do. 100,000 people, record-breaking, but now put me in there with one of your bigger stars. I've beaten a lot of them. I've beat some of the biggest like John Cena. Why not The Undertaker? Who else do you have for me? I beat them all. Line them up, I'll knock them down. That's what I do as AJ Styles, as the WWE champion. Let me beat your icons. Let me show you exactly who AJ Styles is.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would love to see that match if it ever came to fruition. I know you're a big college football fan. On Monday night, one of the best championship games of all time. Clemson beats Alabama. They're the national champion for the first time since 1981. What did you make of that result?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. I wanted to see Clemson do well. I also wanted to see Alabama do well because of the SEC, where the Bulldogs are in the same conference. But Deshaun Watson, being from Gainesville, Georgia, I met him before he went off to Clemson. So he's a special guy, and I wanted to see him do well as the city of Gainesville. We're all pulling for him. And so I pulled off and watched the game on my phone at a Waffle House. And 7 seconds left to go in the game. This is the last play of the game. As it's about to happen, my wife calls, interrupts me watching the game to tell me Clemson won. I couldn't believe it. I was angry, but very excited for the Gainesville native, Deshaun Watson.
It's good to see, AJ, that you have the Watch ESPN app in order to make that happen. Best of luck coming up at the Royal Rumble in just a couple of weeks. You had an incredible year, and there's no reason to believe that 2017 won't be any better. Best of luck, AJ. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.